All right. Hello, how's everyone doing today? Hope you're all having a great day today. Let's get a quick audio visual check as usual. Very excited for this live stream. I know that a lot of you guys are as well. I think that my face cam should be bigger. I like it like this. I think it should be a little bit bigger. So if I do end up covering the screen, I'm going to try and be mindful of it. But if I do accidentally cover the screen, then please just let me know with my face cam if it becomes distracting or annoying or anything like that. Thank you all for tuning in today. Let's smash up the likes as we're coming in. Obviously, really fun market movements today. Yeah, let's get straight into it. Everyone saying it's good. A lot of you guys are saying that you prefer, not necessarily that you prefer, but that you enjoy my short videos. Not my short as in like going short, but my like small videos in terms of length. And I will do more of them. It's just that it's a little bit extra effort. It's double the effort. So on most days so far, I haven't been bothered to do it. And that's fine, because it's actually probably better if I only make one video a day, because otherwise I start overanalyzing, and that's not good for you. It's not good for me. Here we go. Let's talk about this bounce. Someone's asking, is it a dead cat bounce? I'll talk about those possibilities in a second. First of all, I want to touch on how this movement happened. The last live stream was literally titled something along the lines of "Stop panicking, the crypto dump is complete." And I actually meant that I thought the crypto dump was nearly complete. I actually thought we would go a little bit lower. Here's the thing. On the low, if we look at the OHLC right here, the low that Bitcoin set was $43,000 on Coinbase. Depending on which exchange you're looking at, it was actually closer to 42,900, for example. In any case, we did come very close to my main target of $42,000. If we measure it with the ruler tool, we came within 2%, less than 2% away from that target. So that's good enough. Considering that the price from the all-time high to the low that we set yesterday has dropped by 26%, if we miss it by 2%, that's okay in my opinion. I'm all right with that. I would have preferred if we went all the way down, but it's fine that we didn't. There's a few key things that I need to answer in this live stream with you, and as usual, I don't have the perfect answer. I'm going to give you all the data, all the things I see. I'm going to tell you what my conclusions are. You go ahead and make your own conclusions, or don't make any conclusion at all. It's completely fine. I'm not your financial advisor. We're going to be talking about where I think this trend can go next, the possibility of a pullback, the possibility of breaking the all-time high, the kind of positions I'll be taking on next in the market, and a few other things like that, along with your questions. Tone Vase mentioned a possible collaboration with me on his video today. That is amazing. I haven't watched it yet. Actually, I did. I watched both of his videos today, but only the first like 5-10 minutes because I've been super busy. It's really cool, and I cannot contain. I do it a little bit, but I can't contain very well how much I fanboy when he says stuff like that, because obviously he has been my teacher for years. So for him to say something like that is pretty insane for me. But right here, let's take a look at what we've got. Now, see, the main issue that I have with this is when I have a pullback, I want to see that the pullback goes all the way down into the liquidity zone. And we didn't do that. Bitcoin didn't fall all the way into this zone. We did drop by 2%. We did drop within 2% of that zone. And so I think that makes it fine if we end up trading higher. It's not easy for me to draw a conclusion on this, but I definitely would have expected that we drop a little bit lower. And the fact that we haven't tells me that this could be, someone in the comments is saying Crypto Kirby says that this is a bull trap. Crypto Kirby is a very good analyst, and I agree with him on the possibility of it being a bull trap. I don't actually think it's a bull trap, and I'll get to my opinions later, but I think that it's possible that this is a bull trap simply because we didn't start this move upwards from a place of strength. However, this is where I've got to level with you guys and be completely honest. If we look at the trend, those of you who've been subscribed for a long time will remember this. If we look at the trend when Bitcoin bounced off this level down here, $3,800, right here, I said the same thing. I said that the trend didn't manage to start from an area of strength. which made me think that all the way from this point up until like $7,000-8,000, I still believed that we were going to trade downwards. I still believed that we were going to trade downwards off this low. I still didn't believe that this was going to have enough strength to trade upwards. But it turns out that it did, because it's triggered one of the biggest bull markets ever for Bitcoin, right? So especially in this kind of time frame. So this is where it's a little bit difficult for me to say, because I learned my lesson at this point. What I was saying over here is the same thing that I was going to say in this live stream today, which is that I don't think we started this upward rally from a place of strength. Clearly, it's going very well. You know, we're up by 7% today. Ethereum has also recovered up by 7% today, which is absolutely great. Clearly, it's going very well, but I don't think we started it from a place of strength. And I said the same thing over here, so I expected that we pulled back, maybe set a double bottom, and then we would be able to trade higher. That's what I was saying. I think that the same is possible now. However, what this showed me right here was that the market can do things that don't really make sense. And we already know that. You know, it doesn't entirely make sense to me that we can continue to set new all-time highs when we haven't actually properly came down to test the support level yet. But oftentimes, as it goes in markets, we don't actually come down to the key support level that we're looking for. I can show you another example on the daily time frame where Bitcoin dropped down to the $3,000 level right here. In fact, it wasn't the $3,000 level, it was the $3,100 level. Obviously, the main level that people were looking at was down here at almost exactly, yeah, right here at $3,000. We came $100 shy of that. Again, if we measure this with percentages, I mean, this is a much bigger percentage because of the price level, but it was still only about 5% away. And considering that Bitcoin had just dumped by 50%, if it's missed out the final 5% of the rally, that's fine. You know, I'm not really going to lose sleep over such a small percentage move when the big move overall was much bigger. The same thing happened again later. We were all expecting a double bottom formation, but Bitcoin only bottomed out at 3,300 at this point, and it ended up continuing rallying upwards. What I'm showing you in this example right here, these two examples on screen, and then moving it a little bit forward to this example on screen, and now extrapolating all of that data and applying it to what we're in right now, is about showing you that the market doesn't necessarily need to fall all the way down to the key support levels we're looking for, and it can start very, very big rallies upwards. How do you tell if this one is real? I don't know. This is where there's no easy way to tell. One of the key criterias that I would be looking for is a close above the $46,000, $47,000 level. The reason I would be looking for that, I'm going to remove this yellow line now because it's not relevant. The reason I would be looking for that is because this is where we consolidated a few days ago. So if the daily candle closes, my face was over the chart. I'm sorry, I hope it wasn't for long because I've moved now. If the daily candle closes above this price action right here, I'm so sorry guys, I'm going to be more, do you know what, I don't want this problem, I'm just going to minimize it a little bit more. If the daily candle closes above this pattern right here on the chart, I would then expect that we have a little bit more strength, because these are all little things that can add more confirmation. You know, the analogy I can give you here is if you're waking up and you feel normal when you wake up, you get out of bed, you start at zero, you know, like it's starting at a good place of it's neutral, like you're starting at neutrality when you wake up. If you're addicted to caffeine, you wake up every day and you start at -5. You're not starting at 0, you're starting at -5. This to me is like starting at -5. But then you take your caffeine, you get bumped back up to a level, you know, you get bumped back up to 1, you get bumped back up to 2. Then, I don't know, maybe you're in the United States and you've diagnosed yourself with ADHD, so you take some Adderall and now you're on fucking 25. You know, it doesn't really matter, but the beginning, it doesn't start off amazingly. And that's fine, because there are ways that you can compensate for that poor start. Caffeine, I don't know, exercising, yoga, reading, meditating, cold showers, whatever the hell is trendy. It's fine. And that's what I'm seeing right here as being a possibility. You know, if the daily candle does end up closing up above our previous consolidation range, that to me would be a situation where we have turned a bad situation into something neutral or good. You know, there are things we can do now to turn a slightly bad situation better. And what I don't want to do is make the mistake that I made last time when Bitcoin bottomed out at 3,800. I don't want to make the mistake where for like the first, plus 100% rally, I was in denial. I was in complete denial for the first plus 100% rally. And I don't know if it didn't make me trade badly, but it might have prevented me from trading well. I don't remember because it was a long time ago. It was over a year ago. But those of you in VIP who've been around back then, you'll probably remember. I don't remember very well what happened with my trading, but I know it could have been better. And so I don't want to get left in the path of dust, in a path of dust, whatever, where this train just absolutely takes off. And this is the thing that I mentioned to you in the very last live stream, ladies and gents. I spoke to you guys about how euphoria can return to the market really quickly when we get a V-shaped correction like this. I was actually expecting a slightly steeper V-shaped correction, but it's fine. This is still good enough. This is a strong correction upwards. And what we see is that as soon as we clear this resistance area, this $46,000, $47,000 resistance area with this green box, Bitcoin starts flying again. This is where I would start to say that more euphoria and excitement is entering the market. And we can measure that because this is also where volume picks up. So there's quite a lot of buyer interest happening at these levels, pushing the price higher. So as long as we're able to stay above this kind of level right here, I think we're pretty good. If Bitcoin does fall below $46,000 or $47,000, that's where I will expect that we are definitely going to fall back down to the 40 to 42K level. Why? Why would I be expecting that? The reason I would be expecting that if Bitcoin breaks below this green box, we're probably going to fall down to $40,000 to $42,000. The reason I believe that's going to be the case is because this right now is a pretty good pump. And if Bitcoin screws this up, I would think that's a very bearish situation. So that's kind of, and it's not something I would trade because now it's becoming a little bit dangerous to trade short positions in my opinion, but it definitely is something I've got my eyes on. If, however, we fall down to this range and we bounce upwards, that would be it. That would be enough to restore all my confidence in the trend, because that is showing us that the trend has tried to trade downwards, but the bears got weaker and the bulls got stronger and they took the price up. That's going to show me optimism returning to the market. If in the face of adversity, i.e. dropping down by a few $1,000s, if in the face of adversity the bulls step in and run the price higher, that will be an indication of optimism having returned to the market, in my opinion. And again, the thing we need to keep in mind is that it's not going to be too difficult for the market to return to euphoria again. Right? It's not going to be too difficult for that to happen, especially after a pullback like this. I think it's entirely possible. And if that is the case, then I think it's definitely going to mean that Bitcoin could have quite a nice, fun ride upwards towards that 60K range. So what's the next thing to look at? The next thing that I've got my eyes on is the $50,000 range here and the $52,000 range up here. What I'm going to do is extend this box a little bit. Actually, I'm just gonna draw it all the way down to 50K. This is the next kind of resistance area that I see for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is able to, and I can remove these symmetrical triangle lines now. If Bitcoin is able to hit this area, this is where I'll start seeing some resistance. I should actually draw another box to represent 52K because that really, in my opinion, is the level to beat. So it'll look something a little bit like this. This is the level that I think might be a little bit more challenging for Bitcoin to beat, to be honest. So let me just make this a little bit more opaque so we can really tell where that is. You know, this blue box is what I would actually have more of my attention at. You know, like if we get in this range, cool. If we break this blue box, that's where I think we're flying up. So, you know, it could be that we end up kind of hitting this area, get rejected, fall down here, and then break it again. Anything like that, completely fine in my opinion. This is the next general area of resistance I'm seeing. I don't think it's going to be hard for Bitcoin to break. I don't know how it's going to happen. Maybe we trade sideways here, then we hit this level. Maybe we retrace downwards, then we hit this level. Maybe we just kind of carry on upwards over the next couple of hours. It doesn't really matter to me. As long as we hit this resistance area, I'm happy. If we get rejected, I'm still happy. I'm not going to be concerned about that because I would expect that we're just going to find support somewhere else and bounce right back up. And I definitely think that this is going to be quite easy to break. I think that if Bitcoin tests this level, we should be able to break it within the same day or next day. You know, I think, like, put it this way, by the end of this week, I wouldn't be surprised if we were trading above 52K right now. I think that would make a lot of sense, especially if we get some more signs in this market that show us that we are taking ourselves from -5 on the spectrum of energy to something in the positives, you know, and like I said, there's a few ways that can happen. Maybe we correct by trading sideways. Maybe we correct by trading downwards. I don't really know, but as long as we get something like that, which is bullish, I would be happy to start saying, all right, I can let go of the idea of the trend not having fully corrected downwards. It's fine. It came very close, and I don't want to be stuck on the wrong side of this like I was last year, like I said, where I missed the first 100% of the rally. Granted, losing 100% of the rally wasn't terribly bad, because then we went up by like 15,000%. So it's okay, but you know, it would have been better if I was, you know, having faith in it a little bit earlier, you know, and obviously going back I can't change it, but I'm learning from that now and I'm correcting it moving forward. You know, in a market like this, crazy, stupid, irrational things like this where we don't fully bottom out, look, I've got to expect them. In a market like this, it's super possible, right? So I think that's important to keep in mind. As we're going along, ladies and gents, if you are enjoying this live stream, then please smash up the likes. Thank you all for tuning in. We've got 1,300 viewers on a very short notice live stream. So I do appreciate you all tuning in. If you've learned anything so far, if you found it useful, if it's calmed you down even a little bit, then please hit up the likes. It is helping the channel a lot, as you can tell. And it does help me a lot as well. If you're new to the channel, then please go ahead and subscribe as well. This is obviously the best analysis anywhere that you can find. So it's always my pleasure to deliver this to you. I'm ready to go through your questions in a minute, so you can start dropping them in the comment section. As usual, please tag me with the @FORFLIES like this. I've just dropped it in the live chat so that you can guarantee that I see your message. If you don't tag me, I will not assume that your question is a comment. I'm sorry, I will not assume that your comment is a question, and I will miss your question. So please tag me. It highlights your comment in orange, and when I'm getting hundreds of comments a minute or whatever it is, it's not easy to stop and identify the questions. So those are the resistance areas I'm seeing with Bitcoin. The other good signs I'm seeing with Bitcoin right now are that we've cleared this resistance on the 1 hour Ichimoku resistance cloud. Initially, it rejected us right here, and it initiated a big dump from here, from candle high to candle low. We dropped by 9.9%, which was quite substantial. From this point, from wick to wick, we also dropped by another 9.6%. This Ichimoku cloud has triggered 2 very big dumps, and we've now broken the resistance. There was a small possibility of Bitcoin breaking this resistance here, which I was considering talking about in the previous live stream, but I honestly thought that the probability of this was so low that I shouldn't even talk about it. So this is one of those situations where Bitcoin has, I think, shown exceptional strength in the market, which is very good. I'm happy with that. It looks like Bitcoin could be coming down to test that 47K range pretty soon. If we do, I would love it if we got a bounce. That would make me feel very confident with this market right now. But here we go. This Ichimoku cloud right here looking great. I'm very happy with how it's going. It's the same story on the 1 hour exponential moving average ribbon. We've now broken the resistance that has been plaguing the market for quite a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successful rejections of this EMA ribbon. 6 successful rejections, which is a big deal. And then we actually bounced off it. This EMA support is going to catch up to the trend pretty quickly. I'm guessing this is how it's going to start to look if we end up trading sideways. And I think that gives Bitcoin a beautiful chance to fall down and find some support in this range and then end up trading higher. Again, it's things like finding support which will really make me very happy with the trend. Because if Bitcoin can come down and find support, it tells me that even after a rally like this, when the bears tried to take control, they did not have the strength to take the trend much lower. And that shows me if the bears don't have the strength to take the trend lower, then the bulls, looking at this, probably do have the strength to take the trend higher. And these things are very exciting signs for me. On the 4 hour time frame, we have a similar picture. This 4 hour EMA ribbon has been a little bit of trouble for Bitcoin as well over the past week, and we have now managed to climb above it. I'm looking to see some support off this level, ideally to range into the 50k area to kind of show me that we found support off the 4-hour EMA ribbon. At the moment, while I wish that I could draw some bullish conclusions from this, it looks more neutral than anything else to me. It's good that we closed above it. It's good that we're falling into it right now, and it stretches all the way down to $47,000, which lines up perfectly with my analysis. So I think it makes a lot of sense if we do get a bounce off this indicator, but I'm not holding my breath for that at the moment. Unfortunately, it doesn't look completely clear cut to me. I just want to make sure I don't miss your comments, but I will start going through them in a minute. If we zoom out once again to the larger time frames, then bam, we have yet another instance of the daily EMA ribbon. As expected, as predicted, we have another instance of the daily EMA ribbon supporting Bitcoin higher again. It's been working very, very well, flawlessly, in fact, since the 20th roughly of October 2020. It's now the 6th month going on that this daily EMA ribbon has continued to hold a 100% success rate. So that's very, very impressive. If you don't know what the EMA ribbon is, then please open a new tab in YouTube right now and search this in the search bar. This will take you to my exponential moving average ribbon video, where I show you how to get this indicator, how to use it, my best practices, the things I like about it, different things like that. So please go ahead and watch that. And if you didn't understand the Ichimoku cloud that I showed earlier on in the video, then over here, you can type this into the YouTube search bar and watch my video on that. I've changed my mind again. I want the face cam bigger. But right there, these are two very, very good videos which are part of our wider FORFLIES Academy courses. So if you're enjoying those videos and you've already watched the free ones, then there's a lot more content waiting for you inside of the VIP group, where we'll give you even more exclusive tutorials and explanation videos on these indicators, alongside many, many other things. What we have inside of the VIP group, inside of our courses, is way, way more advanced than what we go into with the videos. So if you're finding these useful, the content behind our paid walls are way, way better. They are going to blow you away, but I will talk about that in just a minute. Moving on, I want to take a look at Ethereum. I was very upset with Ethereum yesterday. However, it has recovered above its all-time high that it set 3 years ago. We did end up trading below the all-time high for a long time, way more than was comfortable for me. However, we have now began trading upwards. I think, like Bitcoin, Ethereum is going to do the same thing. I think, like usual, rather, Ethereum is going to do the same thing as Bitcoin. However, I am expecting that Bitcoin just kind of drops to $47,000 and then gets a pump, and that would look very, very bullish for Ethereum. That would mean that Ethereum will finally get that successful support test off the previous all-time high, and hopefully that's enough, and we can just count this as an anomaly. One of the viewers in the previous live stream asked me, the fact that we didn't close below the previous weekly all-time high, doesn't that mean that this isn't actually that bad? And I said, no, I think it is still pretty bad. However, it does actually look like we have recovered upwards pretty nicely. So that was an example of where I was actually a little bit too pessimistic, although it didn't matter. I was in a short position, as you guys know, as you guys knew. I entered at $46,850, and I did make up to 35% profit, which was a very, very nice gain. Overall, I think I had already closed nearly 50% of my position at these profit targets, which was very, very good. And the rest of my position ended up getting stopped out at break even, because I mentioned to you and to VIP members that as soon as Bitcoin dives below $45,000, I would be raising my stop loss to my entry level. And that means I would be lowering my stop loss to the entry level, which means that I had zero risk on this trade. I told you guys about it in the previous video, where I said very openly that if Bitcoin goes in the opposite direction now and does something to shock me, it wouldn't matter, because my stop loss was already at break even, which means that I didn't stand to lose anything on that trade. I'm very, very happy with that execution. Obviously, it went very, very well, and there's nothing more and nothing less that I would have expected, because the risk management I exercise is very strong, and it prevents me from losing money as a first priority, and it still makes me very, very nice gains as well. So I was super, super happy with this trade. And as usual, VIP members got the full real-time updates on how I was making that position. Again, they have been killing it inside of our group. I want to see if there's any fresh testimonials that I forgot to include. The main one actually that I want to highlight for you in this video is just this guy once again, who had lost 30,000 before joining the group, I believe, and recovered 25k of that loss within 1 day. So really had quite a turbulent, bad trading history, before joining us, but then recovering most of that inside of just 1 day. It is possible. It's not likely or smart, but it is entirely possible. And this is a very recent example of someone here who has done that inside of the VIP group, which is obviously very, very impressive. Beyond that, we've got a lot of people pulling very sexy triple-digit trades, and then the more beginning traders still managing to pull some very, very nice profits, plus 52% on the first long position that this person ever traded. So that's super, super impressive. It is a small amount of money to this person, but it's not important. This person has gained very valuable information from our course. And so once again, if you want access to the content that we provide, including posts like this where I tell VIP members exactly what I'm deciding to trade, giving them all the backstory on it before this post as well, and then the exact details of how I'm going to be trading it, along with the tutorials that will demystify what this means. If you don't understand what this means, highlighted in this red box, that's fine, because we have tutorials where I outline for you exactly what these things mean inside of the VIP group, plus other benefits, including our courses. Then the steps to join VIP and reach out for that information are on screen right here. Click on the first link in the description down below, then click on the @FORFLIES button, and then click on send message down here to ask me how to join VIP. These 3 clicks will take you less than 30 seconds from start to finish. So, and there's no downloads required, there's no signups required as well, so it's very, very easy to get in. All right, I want to take a look at Ethereum again. Just to develop my thoughts a little bit further. I think that Ethereum, if it does end up bouncing off the previous all-time high level at 1450, I think Ethereum should have a pretty nice ride up to about 1600. If we clear that, I'm looking at about 1800, and if we clear that, I'm looking at the all-time high at $2,000. So I don't think it's going to be too difficult for Ethereum moving forward, but again, I do think that it really does depend on Bitcoin. Cardano here, doing something that I outlined was very possible in the previous live stream, where I said that these kind of markets, they do tend to crash at unusual times. It is still, I think, in a very, very bullish pattern. I absolutely think that it's in something like a falling wedge right now, which is super, super bullish. And actually, for those of you who didn't notice, I didn't highlight it. So I didn't actually notice this until later. My analyst noticed it though. Bitcoin was also trading in a falling wedge that looked something a little bit like this, and this is actually a very, very bullish pattern in a market like what we're in right now. So unfortunately, I didn't notice this before, otherwise I might have changed up my trading strategy, but we got a big breakout off this line right here. So I think that's very, very good, and it looks like Cardano is in exactly the same thing. It looks very much to me right now like it is kind of trading downwards in some sort of parallel channel, maybe something that looks a little bit like this. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. The lines don't need to be drawn accurately, but the overall trend is moving downwards, and I absolutely think that it could break out quite soon and continue to set new yearly highs with relative ease. I'm not actually too worried about this happening at all. I think there's a quite high probability of that happening inside of this market right now, which is definitely quite exciting for me. I'm not looking at trading this yet, however, I will look at doing that soon. Those of you wondering where I trade these things, I'm primarily trading these markets on Phemex and Bybit. I want to highlight Femex. I want to bring this to your attention. This is one of the key exchanges I'm using, and you can actually trade Cardano on Phemex using leverage as well. So whatever move Cardano makes, you can multiply that and make some bigger money with it as well as also increasing your risk. So it's not as amazing as it sounds at first, but it's nearly as amazing as it sounds. And if you want to trade where I'm trading with 0 fees as well, then Phemex is where it's at. There's no KYC required. It only takes 30 seconds, and the link to do so is in the description down below. The good thing about using my link is when you do sign up to Phemex using my link, you will also get a free trading bonus of up to $600 as soon as you deposit some money to the exchange. And that means you have some free money to trade with, up to $600, which you can use to get to grips with the platform, to understand how the platform works, and all of that beautiful stuff. So I think that is very, very important. So there's no KYC, nothing to lose. It's great. In fact, it's absolutely essential, in my opinion, to have a backup. You don't need to use Femex. You can Google it and you can find hundreds of other options, but Femex is one of the ones that I like. I work with them. I think they're great. And just as a backup to test out when Binance is down, because you and I both know it's going to go down again probably in this next week. Femex won't be down at the same time. I'm very sure of that. You can give it a try. So there's no excuse for not being prepared when your exchange goes down. There's no excuse for not having backups. This is serious. You've got real money on the line, and if you treat it with respect, you will have backups. Whether you use Femex or not is not the point. But this one is obviously one of the great alternatives to the big guys, and I obviously am a fan of that as well. So liquidity is pretty good. I mean, they're stable above $2 billion now, 24 hours trading volume, and it does rise. You guys who've been watching these shoutouts for Femex, you will have noticed that they do actually rise quite a bit with this daily trading volume as well. So the link, once again, is down in the description for you. I'm going to start going through your questions now. I'm not sure how much longer I have for this live stream, but unfortunately not too long. If you are enjoying this live stream so far, then please smash up the likes. We're up to nearly 500 likes. Thank you very much. We did pass 69,000 subscribers yesterday, and we are well on our way to 70,000. This is a very, very big number. That when I was younger, I've had this YouTube channel for about, wow, okay, it's been 10 years now I've had this YouTube channel. If you told young Sammy I'd be hitting this level, I would have been over the moon, because I used to have very fucked up standards for success, and they involved fame. Fortunately, I'm not the same anymore, but it is still very, very exciting. My thoughts on Cardano, there you go, you've had them. Are we going to see an ABC correction to the 0.702, then back down? What do you mean by 0.702? Ethereum, we've looked at that. Are we heading back down to the 45K? I don't think we're going to go down to 45K. I think that Bitcoin should be able to bounce, if it falls down there, I think Bitcoin should be able to bounce off 46, 47, somewhere around this range. If we don't and it falls down to 45, I'll start to get a little bit concerned. It's obviously still possible to get a bounce off this level, because we did have several very good bounces off this, you know, rough 45K area. So it would make sense. It wouldn't be too surprising, but I would certainly start to get a little bit worried if we dipped below this green box right here. See what other questions we have. When to buy altcoins? I cannot give you financial advice, I'm sorry. How low will we get if this is a fake out? So if this is a fake out and this is a bull trap, that means if this is just a fake rally and we're going to crash lower, I think that the low we're going to hit is probably going to be, I would actually readjust my target. I don't think we would hit 42,000. I think we would go lower than that, potentially between 38 and 40,000, and then carry on trading higher. I think that's because it would scare a lot of people if it happened. And I think that because this trend has moved up with a lot of strength, if it still fails, that's going to be a very, very bearish sign. And we will probably, I think, penetrate the 42K level with relative ease. And I think it does increase the probability of dipping below 40K, albeit very temporarily. This is very unscientific analysis. I have to make that very clear. However, I do stand by it. I do think that if this does turn out to be a fake out and we dip below this green box, I will definitely start expecting levels like 40,000, 38,000. For example, you know, some levels like this. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. What are my thoughts on XRP at the moment? I hate XRP. I have always hated XRP, and I will always continue to hate XRP. However, for a slightly more serious bit of analysis, it looks just as terrible as usual. I don't have any thoughts on this, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't have any thoughts on this. I'm sorry. It's really hard to analyze such a shit coin. You know, like, its price action is so unhealthy. It's so unhealthy that it actually becomes difficult to analyze. So what's up with the altcoins? I think that a lot of the attention has moved to Bitcoin. That's why these altcoins are down against Bitcoin. But as soon as Bitcoin starts doing something like trading sideways a little bit more, as usual, I think the alts will start to look pretty good once again. Thoughts on scalping Bitcoin? How do I leverage crypto? So Ben, you can leverage crypto on an exchange like Femex. If you want to learn how to do it, then I also have a tutorial on that, which you can find by typing this into YouTube in the new tab, Femex FORFLIES. And you can watch my tutorial on Femex and how to trade on leverage. What was your question specifically, though? Thoughts on scalping? Scalping, I think, is pretty stupid and pretty dangerous. It's pretty dangerous. See, the problem with scalping is it means that you want to trade more because you think you'll make more money. And I say this in almost every live stream. So those of you who are subscribed, shout out to you guys. You've heard me say this a million times already, but trading more does not mean making more money. It definitely sounds like that because with any other job, that's how you're conditioned to think. You know, the more you work as a lawyer or accountant, the more clients you'll have, right? The more money you make, better results you'll generate. It's not the same here. The more you trade here, the worse you are likely to come out of it. The more likely you are to come out worse for it. And the reason for that is you would start seeing things that don't exist. You will try to create opportunities that aren't actually there, and that will really throw off your potential for success in the game. If you don't believe me, just try not trading as much as you do. Maybe cut your number of trades down by minus 80% in a month, and I think you will see something very, very clear. Because when you cut down your trades that you take, it forces you to only take the positions that you're very sure about, and that actually I think tends to do quite well. So my thoughts on scalping Bitcoin is that it's very dangerous and absolutely pointless. As for how to leverage crypto, my tutorial for Femex, with the link in the description. This tutorial is not linked, you have to search for it, but you can sign up using the link in the description. It'll give you a trading bonus, and this tutorial will show you how to do that. Head and shoulder reversal, right shoulder will retest falling wedge. I don't see that, I'm sorry. Rejection at the 21-day moving average, that's interesting. Let's take a look at that. 21-day moving average. Let's see what that's saying. Huh. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how much credit I would give to this. So the 21-day moving average, it has rejected the price here. You can see right here the price hit it and then ended up trading a little bit lower, although not much lower. It's been quite useful in the market. So I guess that's significant, and that's one of the reasons that I'm talking about caution in the title of this live stream today. Don't be fooled by this pump. It's good, but it's not as good as it looks, and there are definitely some bearish things like right here, as you pointed out. So that's a very good observation. I think it's just another little thing that makes me a little bit less sure about this trend. But again, I'm not completely unconvinced. As long as the market gives me something to tell me that it's done something bullish, something good, I will start to move to the bullish side again. Right now, I'm closer to being neutral. See what else we have in the comments today. How are we all doing? Thank you all for tuning in, by the way. We're up to 1600 viewers. Please smash up the likes if you are enjoying this. Unfortunately, like I said, I'm not going to be able to stay on for too much longer today, but I will do my absolute best. If you're enjoying these videos and you want to see more of them, then please do subscribe. And crucially, more of you in this video today have said that you missed the notification for this live stream. YouTube is not sending out the notifications for these live streams, which is why I keep urging you to join our free Telegram channel with the first link in the description down below. Over here, you not only receive more free analysis and insights into my trades, you also get notified every time we're doing a live stream. We make sure that you don't miss them because we give you like 2 or 3 reminders every time we're doing a live stream. And this means you will always join the live stream right at the beginning. If you are tuning in now, then the same thing I say as usual applies right now. Please rewind the live stream and go back so that you can watch what I was saying earlier on, because what I say at the beginning of each live stream is always the most important. FORFLIES, the gurus are saying the market is due for a huge correction. Do I agree? Broadly speaking, yes, of course. This is ridiculous, but an exponential bull market can and should be due for a correction for a very long time. A market can be due a correction for like 24 months or 50 years. It can be due for a correction. It depends on how you define these things. So absolutely, yes, I agree, but it's not going to change how I analyze this, because the fact is, it's a very aggressive trend. Just the fact that it's due for a correction doesn't mean we're going to get one. The market has been due a correction since $20,000, but we didn't get, we got little ones, but we didn't get like a major correction. So that's what I think about that. What's my altcoin strategy in this market? I tease people who hold altcoins and I make more money than them on Bitcoin. That's my strategy. On a more serious note, I will trade altcoins when Bitcoin has stabilized. I don't think that's happened yet. I will trade altcoins on leverage and I will make more money on them than the average guy trading altcoins. That's always been my strategy. Let me make sure I don't miss any questions. Thank you all for dropping your questions in the comments today. Hope you all are enjoying this live stream so far. Congrats, FORFLIES. Very proud of you, mate. Thank you very much, Nelson. FORFLIES, your comments on the volume of the VPVR, please. Yeah, good idea. Let me take a look at the volume of VPVR. Volume, I actually don't want to look at. There's not much I can say about volume, to be honest. It is moving up a little bit, but there's not much I can say about it. I mean, the VPVR right here is showing me something very clear, which is that which is what I've already said, which is that I would expect to find some support in this spike on the VPVR. If we fall back down here, which we're just above it right now, look at this orange line. If we fall back down here, this is where I would start to expect another bounce once more. It also shows us that as we go up, the resistance we're going to face keeps on getting weaker. The main resistance was right here, and we broke it today. Then there's a little bit more resistance where we are right now, but again, I think it's going to be quite easy. And as we keep on going up, this resistance keeps on getting weaker. So I think it just proves that as long as we're able to break this resistance area, we should be able to reach the all-time high very easily. If we reach the all-time high, I also think we should be able to pass it very easily. I'm very optimistic about that, and the VPVR shows us exactly the same thing. Once again, if you haven't seen the VPVR before, if you don't know what it is, then you can find out what it is by typing this into the YouTube search bar and watching my tutorial on the VPVR indicator. Thank you all, by the way, for subscribing if you have done so already. We're so close to 70,000, so if we can get there during this live stream, that would be absolutely amazing. I'm going to continue going through your comments. You've subscribed, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jason, as well. Thank you, Metal. Let's see what else we have in the comments as far as questions. My Ichimoku settings are 20, 60, 120, 30 in that order. FORFLIES, will the ADA upgrade today really make a difference? I didn't even know there was an upgrade, so that's how little I care about it. Really, it's just noise. It doesn't actually mean anything in the market. Do I think that Bitcoin and Ethereum will drop in price within 2 to 4 hours? Yeah, I think that's very possible. How would I be approaching this market at this moment? I would be waiting. I am waiting. I would be waiting to see if we come down to test support or if we reach the resistance areas. There's nothing I can trade right now that would be safe. Doesn't mean I'll be waiting long, by the way. Like maximum probably just a day. I actually don't think I'm going to be waiting long at all. Hey FORFLIES, what do you think about the support located around 45k? Yeah, as I've already said, I don't think we should go down there. I think there is support there. In fact, I know there is support there, but I don't want it to go down that low. FORFLIES, because of you, I've been able to save my dad's portfolio from economic crash. He had 0.3% margin left. Wow, okay. You're welcome. I'm glad that it helped. FORFLIES, hello. Do you have advice? No, sorry. What is the best way to start learning to trade and understand the crypto market? I have no advice for you, but the best thing I always say is to educate yourself and invest in that. If that means joining VIP, great. If that means going through one of our courses that we can give you for free inside of the VIP group, perfect. However, if you don't want to buy from me or you want to go something a little bit cheaper, you can just Google Bitcoin courses or books learning how to trade, learning how to do TA, and that's always the first place to start, in my opinion. Where would I get in around 47k? I wouldn't, I'm not sure if I would go long at $47,000 because I think that it looks good, but not great. And when I trade, I only look for things that look great. Because you see, the thing is, when I trade, I'll make really, really big profits. You know, I'll make plus 35% in a day. I'll make plus 66% in 2 days on this move that you guys heard me taking as well. All of these trades get shared into VIP. So a lot of our members benefit a lot from seeing those insights as well. When I trade, I will trade big. I will make big gains. And for that reason, I don't need to rush into trades. You know, I might be waiting to enter a trade for longer than the other guy who, can't control himself. But it often means that I'm only entering quite safe positions, which is obviously something I'm very happy and proud of, and I wouldn't want to change that at all. Are the big institutional buyers now buying in at this price level? I don't think so, Simon. Maybe, but maybe just in small numbers. I don't think any serious buyers with big money are buying at these levels. Head and shoulders on the FORFLIES cam. I don't see it. I don't know where your head and shoulders is. Can someone point out for me where this head and shoulders is? Because I don't see it. FORFLIES, what settings do I use in the 1 hour Ichimoku? 2061, 2030. FORFLIES Gold is a free group that gives you a taste of what to expect in VIP. The link is below in the video description. Thank you very much, Phil, and encouraging people to smash up the likes in this live stream. FORFLIES Gold is great. I wouldn't say that it gives you a taste of what's in VIP because it's actually quite restricted compared to VIP. The videos are obviously already a lot of free content, and we give you more analysis inside of Gold. So I suppose technically, yeah, it is a taste of VIP, but there's a lot more in VIP that Gold has never seen. And sometimes we trickle down a little bit of it into Gold for free, but for the most part we keep it completely exclusive to those of you who are one of our more than 1,000 members inside of the VIP group. Where are we at now? Just past 1,000 members a few days ago. We're at 1,011 now. So by the way, we were running a promotion on our yearly package. We've discounted it to 75% off our old prices. If you want a whole year inside of VIP, lifetime access into our Advanced Academy course, phone calls with me, and yacht parties here in Dubai that we will never talk about publicly, then the bad news is that it's all been taken. But if you message me following these steps on screen and you ask very nicely, maybe we'll make an exception. So if you still went in on that deal, I'm just joking, yeah. Those 5 spots have been taken, but we will do it for any final people who haven't been able to get their foot in the door yet. So just let me know if you want that offer. FORFLIES, had trouble trying to get your book. I tried to pay $50. Is this too low? No, the lowest price you can pay is $37. So with my book, this person's talking about the Trade Insane package. You get to choose any price that you think is fair, starting at $37, which is the lowest that I'm willing to accept for it. 50 is fine because that's above the minimum of 37. There is a link to the Trade Insane package in the description below. Do I have any evidence of how many members you have in your course? I can take a screenshot of it right now. 1 second. I need to make sure I don't reveal anything private by accident. But this is a screenshot. Let me come back. Bam. That's FORFLIES VIP right there. 1,011 members. I just took that screenshot just now. So that's not enough time for me to fake a screenshot in Photoshop. Yeah. And besides that, I mean, this is a verified YouTube channel, you know, like it's literally got the verified tick. We've been around for like nearly 4 years in some form or another, you know, like if we were lying about this stuff, we would have been caught by now. So yeah, you know, you can see it. And actually, you can see the FORFLIES Gold numbers. It's at 11,300 members. So it's safe to assume that roughly 10% of people, just going off like a sales funnel type model, it's safe to assume that roughly 10% of people in Group A will be filtered into Group B. And for us, it's just under 10. It's like 9.5% of people in Gold are also in VIP, which is it's a normal sales number. Gonna go back to the chart now and see if we have any final questions. What are my thoughts on Binance Coin? I think it's very strong, but I hate it. I want to open my first leverage trades on Bitcoin. Do you think it's too early to start for one long at the moment? Man, if you're trading just because you want to trade, that's not a good enough reason. You know, like I only trade when I feel like there's something very, very good on offer. Something very, very good in the market. If you're trading just because you want to get started, then you're probably going to screw up. That's what I can say about that. Femex is good. Binance is good for some altcoins. Binance is okay. Yeah, it's good. What is Femex's liquidity in comparison to Binance and Coinbase? In comparison to Binance and Coinbase, it's very bad. However, you won't notice it. Only the people right at the top with really big balances will start to notice the liquidity issues on Femex. And to put that into perspective, as long as you're not trading with more than, say, $20,000 per trade, which is most of you watching this video. I know that there's still a group of you that trade with 6 figures, 7 figures a trade. Some people like that inside of VIP, obviously. But for the average person, and for the above average person, and for the above average person, The liquidity is not going to be a problem. Binance will almost always be able to support the liquidity. Coinbase will, but they'll charge you fees up the ass. Femex, you won't notice it unless you trade with probably more than 20k. And this is before leverage is applied. So I'm saying you're trading with 20k and you've applied 10 times leverage. So you're actually trading with 200k. You know, you still probably wouldn't see many issues. And just to be clear, it's not difficult at all to navigate those liquidity issues if you get them. You just need to break up your trades. I don't know why people worry so much about liquidity. But right here, you can see that if you wanted to buy Bitcoin right now with $200,000, well, this is changing pretty quickly, but you would pump the price up by about $10 to $20. $10 to $20. That's not a liquidity crisis. You know, you've got plenty of room to trade with 20k, even up to 50k. You would still only pump the price up by about $30. So a $30 price pump at 48k is nothing. There's plenty of liquidity here. Plenty. Most people, as long as, you know, in fact, I'm going to revise those numbers because those numbers look very inaccurate. Even at 20k US at 10 times leverage, you're not going to have any issues. Every single order here would be fulfilled. It looks like even if you're trading with more than 60k US dollars per trade, you still won't have an issue. And this is still being conservative. Look, right now, almost any order above 700k US dollars would still get fulfilled instantly and you wouldn't pump or dump the market. So this is plenty for most people. Important to keep in mind. So Binance's liquidity, believe it or not, is much better than this, but you don't need it. Like, that's only good for the really, really big whales that probably don't even watch these videos. Although if you do, hello, I want to be rich like you. So if you are interested in signing up on Femex, this is the thing, because you get the major benefits of being on a platform like Binance without the major drawbacks. And because these guys are smaller than Binance and you're using my referral link, if you ever have a problem, you can come straight to me and I can escalate your case with the team directly and we can get your problem solved much faster than if you were going with big companies like Binance that don't care about individual customers. Very, very important. Link is in the description for you to sign up with. And obviously, by the way, to make it clear with these promotions, I've already said it before, I'm working with them. In fact, I said it in this live stream. So I do work with these guys. I have a vested interest in them going up, but I also use them, you know, like it's not just empty words. Let's see what else we have in the comments. Bitcoin Fibonacci retracement is 70% prompt from the low. I still don't understand that. I will need to see a chart, so you can send me one on Telegram if you want. What do I think about market cipher indicator? No thoughts, sorry. Why do I hate XRP? I love it. Not today, brother. Maybe in the next video we'll talk about that. Nice green screen, my Indian brother. No, this is the real Burj Khalifa. It's not a green screen. You can even see. Look, this is the chain for the. Look, this is the chain for the cover. It doesn't even look like a green screen. Come on, it looks super legit. XRP army is a cult. Drop the Kool-Aid, people. Yeah, I think this person said it himself. Does Femex have futures? Yeah, it has futures. Those are the contracts. Oh, no, sorry, no, the futures you're describing, no, they don't. No. But why do you want futures? If they've got perpetual swaps, why do you want futures? Just got on here, what's your price prediction on Ethereum this year? I don't have one. I definitely think that it can reach levels like $2,500 or $5,000, but I don't actually have a price prediction for it. Doesn't matter, I'm going to trade it. If it goes up, I will trade it up. If it goes down, I will trade it down as well. No thoughts on VeChain, XVS protocol, whatever other shitcoin you want me to look at. I have no thoughts. I couldn't care less. I really couldn't. I'm sorry. I wish I could say something nicer about these coins, but really, it's not it's not important in my opinion at all. You know, like I don't look at these things. I think they're all noise and a waste of time. I stick to Bitcoin. I make more money than the average altcoin trader, like far, far more. I make it much faster. It's much more predictable as well. There's no reason for me to look at shit coins. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take your final questions and then probably head off because I do need to get going pretty soon today. Thank you all for tuning in. It really looks like this the support you guys have been showing on this channel has been working, because we're now hitting the kind of live stream numbers that we were hitting before. So please continue to hit up those likes if you're enjoying these live streams. If you're finding them useful, if you feel like they calm you down, put you in the right mindset to trade, invest, do whatever you like, that's obviously absolutely great. And if you find these at all useful, then please do hit up the likes. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already as well, to make sure that you don't miss out on this content if you're finding it useful. I'm not looking to take on short positions. Someone asked me where I'd be looking to do that. I'm not looking to do that. Where did I buy my spectacles? My glasses? I bought them at... I can't tell you, but they are Porsche design. So anywhere that sells Porsche design glasses frames, you can check that out. Do I believe in doji candles? Yeah, sure. They're not a huge part of my analysis at all, but I definitely think that they help a little bit. Why do you guys think I'm not in Dubai? Out of all the things you would not believe, it's this that I'm not in Dubai? Really? Out of all the things that people wouldn't believe about me, it's that I'm not in Dubai. Dubai is not a difficult place to get to. What do you mean? Would you say Link is a shitcoin? I would say everything is a shitcoin. Absolutely. But I'm a maximalist. I don't have a fair... I don't have a fair view on this. Where can you donate? Thomas, no donations required. If you do want to join our groups and gain access to some valuable content, then the steps are on screen. But if you just want to make a donation, then I say send it to any cancer research society. Donation charities. If I can fly there for $300, exactly. Dubai is not a difficult place to get to. Knock on the glass. Done. People think it's a screensaver behind me. No, it's the literal Burj Khalifa. I even showed it to you in one of the recent videos. Remember? Like, hang on, look at this. It's really cool. You can see how high it goes. If it was a green screen, I wouldn't be able to do that. When am I retiring? I hope I never ask myself that question. I don't know. I don't have any plans to retire. Tone is in Dubai and mentioned hanging out with FORFLIES. Yeah. He and I have been spending a little bit of time together, and I haven't met up with him recently. Actually, I need to. You all live in the same. I don't live in the same building as the other crypto guys. I won't say where I live. I'm guessing a few of you already know, but just stop saying it's a green screen. But but yeah, it's still a cool spot, and I definitely plan on spending more time with them. Do I know Sheikh Mend or Evan Klassen in Dubai? Of course, yeah. I was at Evan's apartment a few days ago. Evan's a really nice guy, really nice guy, and of course Mend is also a very. I need to meet up with Mend. I haven't met with him for maybe like 2 months now. I need to meet up with Mend again. Yeah, I think like any guy in crypto in Dubai, I think I've already met with them. And they're all really nice. They're not, you know, like a lot of YouTubers are kind of like stuck up pricks. They've got problems. They feel superior to other like normal people. These crypto YouTubers, they aren't like that. Bro, are you okay? I see your neck pains didn't go away. You know, my neck pains were fine, and then like how do I say this? It's just like, I don't even want to go into it. It's somebody else's fault. The women in Dubai. That's all I'm gonna leave it at. And then, so actually it was fine, but it's very little things can really upset my neck again. And that's how it happened. Yeah, there wouldn't be a reflection on his screen. There you go. This is the only guy using his brain in the comments. It wouldn't be a reflection if it was a green screen. Are there favorable crypto tax laws in Dubai? Considering that there are no tax laws in Dubai for crypto, yes. Explain my title? I already have. Please rewind the live stream and you'll be able to hear that. Do I ever see Carl the Moon? Of course, yeah, I met up with him a few days ago. Got sound effects to support the green screen. There's no tax here, just 5% VAT. We're not going to go into the Dubai stuff again. Dubai is very nice, but it's confinement. Yeah, Dubai is a small place. That's the only thing I don't like about it. And the UAE itself is a really small country, especially coming from places like the UK and United States, which I travel to a lot. The UAE is a very small country, and I do feel a little bit like, I never talk about this, I actually do feel a little bit claustrophobic, just a little bit, by how small Dubai is. Because Dubai finishes from one side to the other in like the city of Dubai, 10 minutes. You know, like it's really small. All right, guys. It looks like our questions are going off topic again. I've already answered like every question that you guys were asking about Dubai many times. So I am going to be heading off. If you have any final TA related questions, then please drop them in the comments for me. Any final questions about the markets, please drop them in the comments. I am on a time limit today, so I do need to get going like as of a few minutes ago. So let me know if there's anything burning that you really want me to answer. Maybe I missed your question by accident. Please drop it in the comments once more. Aren't the cop cars Bugattis? I've never seen a supercar police car here. I mentioned something about Ethereum, shorting Ethereum at 1700. I don't remember saying that in FORFLIES Gold. Was that recent? Because I don't remember saying that. How is the temperature? So today was like 25 degrees, which now feels cold. They're doing something very interesting here. They're artificially seeding for clouds. It's now March, and there are still clouds in Dubai. Actually, I didn't see them today, but they were here like 2 days ago. So this is not normal, and I think they might be doing this to prolong the winter season, keep temperatures cooler and things like that, which is really cool. I wonder what the environmental implications of this are, but I think that it's really cool that they're doing that. Do I see 48.5 as good support or too weak? Considering we are there right now, no, I don't see it as good support. Can I make a summary of Bitcoin TA? That's not good for me to do because it's quite nuanced. You need to rewind the live stream and watch it from the beginning. Thanks for the stream as always. See you at 100,000 subscribers. Hell yeah, man. Thank you as well, Nelson, for tuning in once again today. Smash up the likes. Thank you very much. In the comments, those of you asking everyone to hit up the like button, thank you all very much. Can I explain why it could be a bull trap? No, because I said that at the beginning of this live stream. My wrist, we're aware. I just have an Omega Seamaster, the James Bond watch. Nothing, nothing extreme or fancy. Well, it's fancy, but nothing like the Rolexes that the other guys use. I hate Rolexes. Ivan Klassen is a very close friend of mine. Nice. Simon, if you're in Dubai, we can meet up then. How low will we get if this is a fake out? So I've already answered that, but I think the lowest possible level that we would hit if this is a fake out is $38,000, and I would expect between 38 and 40,000 to potentially be some bounce zones for the market if we drop down now. Any other questions I haven't answered? Can someone start with $200 and still make significant profit? Of course, yes. Possible. Obviously, if it's likely or not depends on you. Futures versus perpetual swap. There's no funding fees for futures. What's the downside? The downside is that they force you to close your position. Also, liquidity is almost always better on perpetual swaps. You know, if you're in a good profit, which is usually anything more than like 2 or 3% profit, funding fees won't matter to you. They're not actually that big if you're in a decent profit. My top 3 indicator tools: Ichimoku Cloud, VPVR, EMA Ribbon. Not in that order. Do I know how big Dubai is? You're saying the city can be finished in 10 minutes? Yes, it's not that big at all. And actually, I've done a lot of thinking about this. The reason Dubai is so small is not because it's actually small. The reason it feels so small is not because it's actually small. It's because they've built the roads so that no matter where you want to go, you can almost always take a freeway to get there. And that means you're always driving at high speeds, which means you get everywhere faster. You know, like in central London, to get from one side to the other, you would be doing like 20 miles per hour the whole way through. 30 kilometers an hour the whole way through. In Dubai, if you want to get from one part of the city center to another, you'll jump on a freeway. The only annoying thing, no, there's a lot of annoying things, but one of the main annoying things about driving in Dubai is that the traffic lights are like sequence by sequence. So, you know, like there's a 4-way intersection, only one direction of traffic will go at a time. It's not like, you know, if there's 2 opposing lines of traffic, they go simultaneously. It doesn't work like that at most intersections. And this is what annoys me even more. It does work like that on some intersections. So on some intersections, they do allow 2 flows of traffic to move simultaneously, but on most of them, they don't. So they already know how to do it. It's not like they lack the tech or the infrastructure or the safety to do it. They just don't do it. And that's what I don't get. Because it means that traffic lights are literally like 2 or 3 minutes long here, which is like really annoying. Anyway, that's a super small complaint. I'm so blessed to be able to have that complaint. It's just a small thing, but obviously when it's so easy to fix, you wonder why they did it that way. Yeah, alright guys, I think I'm gonna head off now. Good that I'm not wearing a Hublot, yeah. It is good. Keeps the sports cars slowed down. I guess so, yeah. Is there a speed limit on the freeway? It depends which freeway you're on, but the maximum speed limit here is 120 kilometers. Although I've heard that they're planning on making a really big freeway from Dubai to Abu Dhabi, which would be like 140, 160, which would be so cool. Legit thoughts on Bitcoin future macro scale? No thoughts really. Alright guys, yeah, I'm gonna get going. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you have enjoyed this one. One final time, if you've enjoyed any of it, then please hit the like button on this video. Once again, it's so helpful. Where are we up to on this live stream? We're up to nearly 800 likes. Let's get it up to 1,000 before we close off. Only 200 more. If you have enjoyed even a little bit of this video, then please go ahead and do that. If you can't be bothered though, obviously I understand. If you enjoy these videos and you want to make sure that you catch them the next time, then please click on the subscribe button. Also, tick the bell to make sure that you don't miss the notifications for these live streams, and to guarantee that you won't miss them, join our free Telegram channel. Beyond that, that's the first link in the description. Beyond that, if you want to join VIP, these 2 other clicks at the bottom of the screen right here will take you to the direct chat with me, where you can ask me how to join VIP, and I'll give you all the information about that as well. So if you're interested in joining our group, watching me trade in real time, learning how I'm extracting my lessons, or watching how I'm extracting my lessons from the market, and all those other beautiful things, then there you are. It's on the silver platter for you right now. All right, really hope you have enjoyed this one, and I'm out. Bye-bye.